All right, so while the left in America loves to focus on the Mueller probe and phony Russia collusion, the Clintons, they always seem to get it passed, don't they? But maybe that's finally changing. Congressman Mark Meadows confirms that the Clinton Foundation whistleblowers have turned over what is hundreds and hundreds of documents that may shed a light on what is a criminal pay-for-play scheme. As John Solomon first reported here last night, federal authorities received whistleblower evidence in 2017, 6,000 pages, alleging Clinton Foundation wrongdoing. Here now with reaction, former Clinton pollster Doug Schoen, radio talk show host Larry Elder is with us. You're friends with the Clintons at one point, Doug Schoen. They do. Listen, you got to give it to them. They do seem to skate every single time.
Well, and my position is, if you're going to finish, as I think we should, the Mueller investigation, why wouldn't we want balance and to look at the issues that have been now credibly raised? I mean, I'm not passing judgment on anything, Sean.
So you agree Uranium One is troublesome to you? Uranium One is troublesome? The phony Clinton bought and paid for dossier that Christopher Steele doesn't stand by, which became the basis for FISA warrant applications, those bother you?
Yeah, they do. I mean, look, I've read the dossier, that it was
ridiculous,
put together by the Clinton campaign, paying millions of dollars for it, and used as a basis for FISA warrants is a troubling thing to me. That
troubling?
I think. Well, it is.
The guy that wrote it doesn't stand by it. Our FBI, we now learned this week in John Solomon's investigative report, Larry Elder, not only that, our own intelligence community had questions, but they still used it as the basis and bulk of information to obtain a warrant to spy on a Trump campaign associate. Now, those are Russian paid-for lies. I thought we were worried about Russian interference. And take it a step further, those lies were disseminated to the American people to cause them to vote against Donald Trump.
Well, that's right. And it's becoming increasingly obvious, isn't it, Sean, that this whole investigation started with this bogus dossier. And I'd like to point out people are defending the Mueller probe by arguing, well, he's gotten about 8 or 9 convictions so far. Well, if the definition of a good special counsel probe is how many convictions you get, then the Clinton Whitewater probe was a home run, a grand slam. They got 14 convictions, including the then sitting governor of Arkansas. And those convictions, Sean, had to do with the underlying purpose of the investigation, which was an alleged crooked real estate deal. These convictions that Mueller has gotten so far has nothing whatever to do with collusion or conspiracy or coordination by Donald Trump. So it's a whole thing
has been
weaponized against President Trump.
Because people forget that you're a lawyer. I do not forget my friends that are lawyers. I might need them one day. But this is important. Greg Jarrett talked about this. Yeah. So I watched some of the media tonight, and they're claiming campaign finance violations. Number one, Greg Jarrett rightly points out it would be civil in nature. Number two, Michael Cohen's original story was that he did this without the knowledge of Donald Trump, on his own, with his own money. Acting in a way he thought, as his personal attorney, that his client would want him to act. Donald Trump did pay him back the money, and so on and so forth. But as Greg pointed out, it's civil, A. B, the president has the ability to spend there's no limit to the amount of money he could spend as a candidate running for that office.
Yeah.
How is that a crime?
Well, that's what I agree with his analysis. Look, it's not a crime. What did Bill Clinton say? Everybody lies about sex. The idea that Donald Trump would not want people to know about his relationships is no surprise. Is it a crime? No, it is not a crime.
Last word, Doug Schoen.
What I would say is, if anything happened to Donald Trump after the Access Hollywood tape came out, his vote went up. So figure that into your equation.
I don't know how to interpret that, Doug Schoen. I'm not even going there. All right, good to see you both. When we come back, we're going to show you how the Destroy Trump media, their insane reaction to today's court filings. Here's a hint. They were downright giddy, putting their liberal spin on all of it. Sean Spicer, Joe Concha will analyze a very corrupt media, an abusively biased one. That's our job. We'll keep them honest next.